All right, welcome back to the channel. Nikita Gunkovic and Max Tornow here. In this video, we want to be talking about the best character traits that make you successful as an online coach or as an online service provider. Now, the reason why we wanted to make this video is because after working together with hundreds of clients, and we looked at the most successful of our clients, meaning those that make above 6 figures a month, that have literally started from scratch, from zero. What are the best character traits? Every time we see someone getting very good results, what character traits do they have? What character traits do they embody? And what we found out was that these are character traits that are absolutely learnable. Okay, these are simple character traits. Most people kind of overlook them. So we wanted to share those with you so you can get better results. If you like the idea of making money, becoming free as an online coach, and doing that successfully and relatively fast, then pay attention and try to adhere to these character traits.
Have you ever wondered whether there's more to life than a boring dead-end 9-to-5 job? Have you ever dreamed about breaking free, traveling the world, making good money, and just enjoying life? No more office dress code, no morning commute, no boss. This channel is for you, so here's to your freedom.
The first one is, you want to crack in the first one?
Sure, the first one is, don't have this kind of fix me mentality. Don't come and tell us, hey, fix me now, hey, do the work for me. No, of course you have to do the work yourself. If you're not ready for implementing all the steps that we're going to give you here, you're going to get nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing is, because so often we say do exactly as we say, follow what we tell you. Absolutely, it's kind of like the next point, but don't think too far with that. Don't overthink it and say, I'm just gonna come here and just stand on the spot without executing. Now, we had this analogy earlier. We were doing a podcast upstairs, and we had this analogy of imagine you want to ascend Mount Everest, and if you come there and you have the Sherpas and you just carry me to the top, they're not going to do that, right? So when you're, for example, in a mentor-mentee relationship with somebody, when you're our client, we're like the Sherpas. We're going to walk behind you as you're ascending the Mount Everest, probably walk in front of you as well. We'll carry a lot of the heavy burden, and we'll tell you where exactly you need to step, where to put your feet and where to be careful. We'll give you the right mindset. We'll answer all your questions. We're there, but at the same time, you still have to move your feet yourself, right? We're doing everything that we can for you, but the very least is you still have to execute yourself. And we can't overemphasize that enough. I feel like so many people get on free consulting calls and they just feel like, I'm here, so where's my results? Yeah. No, you still have to execute, okay?
Yeah, we can only open the door, right? But if somebody's literally refusing to go through it, then hey, we can't also do anything for you.
Exactly. And this is something that I always emphasize, what we teach is a boring, mundane process, but it works, it gets you results, as long as you execute. And every time you strive off the proven path, you're gonna have a bad time. So it's always the same. Sometimes clients come to us after 2 weeks or something and they say, oh, last 2 weeks have been very difficult for me. It's very difficult for me to get results. And then we always look at their process, when I'm on a call with them, I'm like, okay, what have you done the last 2 weeks? It always turns out they've been striving off the path. They have been trying to figure it out themselves. And that's where the problems occur. So do exactly what we tell you to, right? We have been through that process with hundreds of clients. It's getting you great results, but at the same time, don't come to us with the fix me mentality. Instead, come to us with the mentality of tell me what to do and I'll do it. Yep. Right, so focus on the doing process. Which brings us to the next point, no ego. Because how many people do you get on the free consulting calls?
Oh man, they think, exactly, they make a few thousands probably already, think, oh no, they're so good already, they're so fantastic in business, right?
The grandiose entrepreneur.
Exactly, think that is complete, Mark Zuckerberg level. When in reality, they have literally nothing, almost nothing, right? So there's no need, but even if they would have something, there's not a difference, right? You still shouldn't have an ego. That's kind of, in my opinion, what we also talked about in the podcast, but it kind of gets harder if you're, for our clients that make now, as you said, bring somebody from 50K to the 6 figures now per month is harder than bring somebody from 0 to 10K.
Yeah,
because
mindset-wise, at least.
Mindset-wise, exactly. Because 0 to 10K, you of course you realize that you're starting from scratch. But if you're now at 50K, you think already, hey, your surrounding things, you're great, you have a lot of results, you get a lot of people around you saying yes to you, where in reality, so you think, hey, you're this like great person, and when in reality, hey, there's still things you need and you can actually still learn.
And and that's the and that's what I, for example, love about most of the time the relationship that I have with my mentors. It's like all of them call me out on my BS, and it's such a nice counterbalance, because oftentimes, you know, I don't need to work anymore. Like, I'm making enough money, I could just go in vacation mode, or what's it called, like when you're in retirement, and you go in retirement, that's it. And I'd like to, because I like playing video games. I don't have a lot of expensive hobbies. You know, sometimes when I travel somewhere, I go rent a Lambo. It costs me like a couple $1,000 per day, and drive around that because I don't want to drive in a train or in a taxi. But that's really all that I want to do. I'm a very simple person. But our mentors, they continuously push me. They're like, oh, you're making this much money? Laughable, you know? Oh, you guys are making 7 figures? Pfft. Let's go 8, you know? And that's exactly what we're doing with our clients, especially those clients that are making beyond 10K a month. And oftentimes they're like, yo, Max, Nikita, I'm traveling now, I have more money than I've ever had. I'm doing way less work. I can buy good dinners, you know, I can go on vacation with my mom. We've had this other guy this other day. And it's very nice, but we're then coming in and we're like, yo, 10K is nothing. You, with the processes that you've built yourself, with the structure, with your expertise, you can scale up even more. And we are then that instance that goes in and says, hey, push more, and we go make them push, right? Or even some people come to us and they're like, oh, I only want to make, you know, 10K a month. I don't want to make more. Can you get me there? And we're like, yeah, we'll get you there. And by the time you're there, you're going to be able to make more, and you'll want to make more too, because they're in this environment to think bigger, you know. So yeah, ego off. That is so key. Like, if you already knew how to make $1 million, if you already knew how to make 20K a month, you would already be making it. But if you're watching this and you're not making it, go turn your ego off. Okay, and I said this before too. We always say, like, you know nothing. All right, and we come across as very arrogant when we do that. And it's true, we are arrogant. Yeah, that's number one. We are arrogant, but also it's not meant in a judgmental way. It's totally fine if you don't know it. That's why you're here, right? Imagine you're the guy at the gym, and you're the skinny guy at the gym, and you know, you're doing your little dumbbells, like 10-pound dumbbells, and the big guy comes there, is like, oh, you are weak. Yeah, that's why you're here. You know, like, hey, big guy, that's why I'm here. At least I'm taking action. So it's not a bad thing when we say you know nothing, and you should admit that. It's absolutely no problem if you don't know it. Because the only thing is, it's a problem if you continuously know nothing. If you live with you not knowing anything. Admit that you know nothing, that's totally no problem. But go execute until you know better, right? This thing starts doing weird stuff. Yeah, by the way, on a side note, go check out our podcast. We've kind of mentioned it 3 times already. Go check out our podcast. We're going to put our podcast link here, link down in the description as well. We've gotten very, very good feedback on that. People say it's very entertaining and informative. It's very good to listen on the go. We go into a lot of topics quite deeper. So if you think this YouTube is great, but it's too shallow, can you guys go deeper? Podcast is for you, so definitely check that out.
We go deeper, we're also there kind of more laid back as well.
That is true. It's
also more fun.
Yeah, it's more fun. It's more like this, like, oh, I'm hanging out with Max and Nikita type of vibe, which I think is great. I love these podcasts. Next big point is implementation instead of theory. And this is especially something that I've learned from years ago with my very first business, the dating and relationship advice business. There would be people who've watched all my videos for 2 years. And that's great, you know, when they come to me, I watched all your videos, big fan. I'm like, that's great, but where's your results? And they would always come up with an excuse. They're not ready yet. They got to finish school. They want to focus on this first. They have kids, and they got to wait till the kids are out, and so on and so forth. Implementation instead of theory. Every time our clients get great results, it's because of implementation, not the theory. Not at all. Okay, the theory is out there, the knowledge is out there. You can get it for free everywhere. You go watch a bunch of videos. The videos don't do anything to you. It's the implementation of that.
That's also the reason why our clients get so great results, because we are very good at making the steps easy, and we're also very good at forcing them to implement. That there's no left, there's no right. No, we just force them to stay on the road, go full power, full throttle, and you stay there. No left, no right.
Yeah, wonderfully said. Which kind of goes along with the next point. It's speed of implementation. It's not just implementing things, because some people, and that's so crazy. Sometimes we see people that are so slow, and this is something that I pride myself quite a lot. Whenever people get into one of our programs, we let them stay in the program until they get results. Not because we're good Samaritans, like, oh Max, you're such an angel. No, it's because it's in our interest to have them stay in the program, have them continuously have access to you, to me, until they get results. It's in our interest for them to get results, because the more money they make, we can then upsell them, right? So they make more money and we make more money. It's a win-win for everybody. And sometimes people just take so long. We're like
Finn in the supermarket.
Like Finn in the supermarket. It's so crazy. Sometimes we're like, it's been 3 weeks. Why are you still at this task? What's going on? They're like, oh, they're just slow people, and we force them to to go faster as much as we can, obviously. But the same thing again, like for these people that are getting results, they just implement these things. And sometimes it's so great, you give them something to do, and 3 days later they've done it. They're like, okay, I've done it. Next steps, and the results is coming in, money's coming in. They're like, what's the next step? And I love watching that. That stuff is so inspiring to be like, we told them what to do. Now they're doing it. Great. What's next? It's a very satisfying thing for a coach.
And so look also at yourself now, the last steps that you took business-wise. How long did you actually need it for that steps? And do you think how much another person who's faster, how much that person would need? And that's why you can kind of measure, hey, if you actually somebody who implements fast or somebody who implements slow. Because if we would be here implementing slow all the time, we probably would still have no podcast, we'd still have no YouTube, we'd still nothing here, right? Because there's so many things you can kind of be stuck on and start overthinking. That's why that's also an important point we should add to as well. Don't overthink.
Don't overthink. Yeah, ego off. Don't overthink.
Exactly, because it's easier than you actually think.
It's so true. It's again a simple, boring, mundane process, but it works, right? You don't need to go crazy complicated, like especially the stuff that we're teaching to beginners, but also the stuff we teach to the advanced people. It's super simple stuff. Yeah. It's like always I look at it, I'm like, this is so simple. It's
just that.
It's just that, yeah. But it's like again like the essence that gets people results, and that's a great thing. There was one more point that I wanted to say. Speed of implementation wise. Oh yeah, cut out the distractions. So many people say, oh, I'm hustling, and then they hustle on all kinds of weird things that don't get them results. Like, oh, I'm building the brand, and I'm doing this, and like. Yeah, but where's the results, right? So again, like speed of implementation instead of theory, and implement the right things instead of procrastinating and working on other tasks just because that one task may feel uncomfortable for you, right? And last but not least, enjoy the process, but the real process. So enjoy the real process, if you will. So many people are like, I'm enjoying the process. For 2 years, I've been enjoying the process, get no results, right?
Opening Yu-Gi-Oh packs every day.
Yeah.
Like the guy.
The Yu-Gi-Oh guy. Yeah, we had a guy who had a Yu-Gi-Oh card channel unboxing. He was enjoying the process. He was doing a new video every day.
How he's opening Yu-Gi-Oh packs.
For how long? For a year or two?
For 2 years.
For 2 years. And yeah, so it's one of these things that people throw around so much. Enjoy the process, because it's such a wonderful thing to say, because it is in essence. But if you're on the wrong process, don't enjoy it, right? Imagine you're on a sailboat and you got to sail to the north to the promised land, all right? But you don't know how to navigate. You don't have an experienced captain, right? Or a mentor who tells you where to go. And you're just like starting to sail away, and you're sailing towards the south. So not only are you making no progress, in fact, you're making the negative progress into the wrong direction. And now imagine you as the sailor pats himself on the shoulder. I'm enjoying the process. That's what all the gurus are saying, right? Enjoying the process. Well, it's the wrong goddamn process, all right? What we mean by enjoying the process is have a proven path, go follow that path, and if it takes you a while because you're making a couple mistakes and then you get the feedback from us and then you have to hustle longer, enjoy that. All right? Because you're on the right path. Enjoy being on the right path. But don't be on the wrong path and enjoy that. That's just foolish.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, but sometimes it really depends. Like we have clients who start making their first 4 figures, sometimes 5 figures, after 4 to 12 weeks. We have some who take longer. And that is totally fine because number one, we let them stay in the program, let them give access to us as long as they need to get results.
So we're gonna kick them out and bye-bye, that's it, never see you again.
Like, good luck, you know, your chance is gone. We don't do that. But at the same time, like, if you take a little longer, maybe because you're just not as fast of a person. You're giving your best speed of implementation, but you're just not as fast as the other person. Enjoy that. That is fine, because you're on the right path. I mean, some of my happiest days in my life, apart from the ones that we have now, were the days when I've been on the right path. Where I knew if I keep following this, my business will start taking off. Way back in the days with my dating business first. At first I was scrambling, not knowing what to do. I was very conflicted, following some guru advice there, following the book there. I was very conflicted. But then once I was on the path, meaning, okay, I got to get clients. How do I get the clients? And I knew how to get there. I was enjoying the hell out of that process. I was so happy, even when I had no money yet. But I was working on making my first money. And I'm like, this is great. I enjoy that. And then I made the first money, and then I scaled. I enjoy that. Right? So enjoy the process, but enjoy the real process.
So at that point when you're aligned, you just know that you will be successful, that there's no way around being successful. And that's the reason why probably you were so happy back then, because you know, okay, if I keep doing what I'm doing right now, it's going to be amazing.
Exactly. And that feeling of knowing this is not me tapping blindly in the dark, hoping I will reach the goal. This is you knowing this is the proven process. Hundreds of people have gone this way. Hundreds of people, no smarter than me. They've been there, they were going there. I could just follow that. You know, it's ego off, execute the right things, implementation instead of theory, go do it, and that's it. Life can be very, very great if you know where to go in order to reach your goals. So when you say that sounds great, I do have the goal of becoming successful as an online coach, as an online service provider, so I can be free, so I can be my own boss. Then go ahead and book a free consulting call, either with Nikita directly or with me directly. There's a link in the description below, or a link that appears somewhere here to book that free consulting call. What happens is you click on that link, and then it brings you to a page. I want you to read what's on that page, because it's important information for you to get started. At the bottom of the page, you fill out the application. It takes you 2 minutes to fill that out, and then you can book the exact date and time where you want us to call you. Call is entirely for free, no international costs whatsoever, but it is only for action takers, and you need to be able to implement these things. So if you have a skill and you want to know how to monetize it, that call is for you. If you're even making some money with that already, but you want to make more, you want to scale it more, that call is for you. But even if you say, I like the idea of being free as an online coach, but I don't know what I could be offering people. I don't know what skills I have. Book that call nonetheless. We can analyze your strengths. We can tell you what fits to your skills. We know the market. We can tell you what exact model is the best fit for you in your specific situation. And that's the great thing about these free consulting calls. They're customized. All right? So we look at your specific situation. We can tell you what exactly you have to do in your specific situation in order to get started. So again, link in the description below, or a link that appears somewhere here right now. And yeah, maybe talk to you very soon.
Once you work together, you can imagine it like bungee jumping. You know, there's just one path. There's just one path, no left, no right. In the end, you're going to be successful, right? Again, because once you jump, then there's no room for ego anymore. There's no room for fixed mentality. No, once you actually jump, once you make that step, we got you.
Love that analogy. Never heard that. Never heard you say that.
Just came in mind.
Nice. All right. So let me talk to you very soon. Thank you very much for watching, and bye-bye.
I finally made my first close yesterday. It's been like 24 hours, and the feeling I have from it, it's just completely fulfilling. 6 months ago, I was kind of looking for a way to kind of change my life a little bit, and this program actually gave me the opportunity to do that. I do not regret a single moment or like every dollar that I've kind of invested into this program.